Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Leslie Live, and I want to talk to you about the importance of knowing how to put support in resistant lines inside a naked chart. Very, very important. Your own analysis is the best analysis. Indicators are helping to confirm things, but your own analysis is your best analysis. Number two, what we're going to do is we're going to go over briefly what the stochastic is and why it's important after you use your naked charting. And then we'll wrap it up. So let's get started. So what you want to do when you're doing naked charting is you pull up a chart, and of course you get your get it set up to where you can see it in a wide angle, and we're looking at it now from all the way back of March 23rd, 2016 to the current. So this is a very wide angle of what's happening in this marketplace. Even if you were to zoom out, you can also see a lot of what's happening in this particular trade, and you just want to take and just kind of like see where it's headed. It's like it's headed on an upward trend, okay? On the long term, it's head definitely going up. Okay, that's how you can see, clearly what it's doing. And when you zoom back towards where you have more visuality of just recent past to current, you can see. Now let's start doing this so that you can get an idea of what to look for when you're doing naked charting. Naked charting is a simple close of a candle on a red and the open of a candle on a green. So you want to actually look at your very lowest point, which was way down here, is basically where that was. Then your highest point on there would be certainly all the way up here if we're looking from that far back. Okay, now you want to come back down and you want to continue. Now that would be, of course, this area would be your resistance. This area would be the support. So what I like to do is I like to change the colors and give this like a red, showing that it's stopping up there. And I like to give this one like a blue, showing that it landed right there. Okay, support, and then the upper one, resistance. Okay. Now, what we want to do now is mark the chart inside those areas right there. So we get to the next support area, which would be right around in here. And clearly, we want to put this as like another color, just to differentiate between colors. And they become very important as you mark your charts, the colors, so you can actually see visually what is happening. Here's another one right here, and here's another one right here. They're kind of almost in sync with one another, so we'll put that right there. And then the next part is to get the next one, and that would be about right in here, looking at it through the back and history and through current. Okay, we'll leave that color right there, and then we're going to continue on, and I see another one about right in here. Okay, these are areas that are very important areas. They're called decision zones, and professional traders call it support, resistance. Okay, but they are definitely decision areas inside of your. Here's another close and open right here. This is where the trades start to make a decision of what direction that is wants to go in. It bounces off of support to move back up, and when it gets to resistance, it bounces off of it to move back down. And then there, let's go ahead and widen our screen some. Okay, and we are almost finished. So we want to go to the next line, which would be right around in here. Here's a prime example of where a reversal was at. Boom. Okay, and try to mark up your charts in practice using different currency pairs so that you can get a hang of this. Okay, now I'm gonna stop right here and actually no, I need one more right around in here. Okay, good. Okay, so this gives us like an idea of what's happening currently. And take a look at where we are right now. This is definitely a time to bring in the stochastics. So let's get the stochastics up and go into your indicators and hit it, and it'll come up. Now, reason why I brought the stochastics up is because it's showing that at the very most, you're almost at the decision area. We're right here from where it was a decision area, and recently it did a decision and it reversed and it went back down right at this decision area. Okay, so naked charting shows where most of your decision areas are based off the lines that you just put in. Okay, now what the stochastic is a great indicator to show movement only. Okay, when it reaches to the 100 though, the movement starts to show. So now you have to realize that it reached 100 round right here. If you look on the side, we're looking at this as 100. Stochastic shows movement. When it gets to the very top of where it shows the movement to 100, it actually stops showing movement. Can't go to 101 and 102 and continue to show movement going up. It stops. So the next thing you do is you rely upon your chart. So if you're here and it's at 100 and it stops showing movement, you have to go and rely upon your chart and go back into a pattern that recently happened, which was right here, and then again right here. It showed that inside this line and that line that it went and moved towards the mark of resistance. So I went and got in on this trade and rode it up towards the mark of resistance. When it got right before it got to the mark of resistance, I basically exit the trade and I was able to take on the amount of profit inside that trade. Okay, so you definitely naked charting is really important, and then an indicator to show movement is important too, because just because it gets to a point where it looks like it stopped that are on the stochastic, it doesn't mean anything. It means that trade is just at a point where it's getting ready to either pressure up or pressure down in the direction of the trend that it's in. And seeing that this is like one of the most easiest forms of trading, this is why I ask people to practice naked charting, because naked charting is just so free. You can go through these charts and just see a lot of what needs to be done in this trade. It's very obvious that looking at this and looking at this, that this right around here is going to probably do the same thing when you do your lines. Now these lines would be, this would be a decision area, this yellow line, and this line right here is a decision area. So would you take a trade up here? No, absolutely not. In the past, it broke through this line and went on up here to a high, but then over here in this pass, it didn't break through this line. So this is definitely where you want to stop and get out your trade when you're in between these, and just wait to see what this next candle or the next candle or the next candle is going to do. Until you see a candle turn red and close red, then you're basically not going to do anything yet. You're going to wait till your candle is red, not green, but red, and closes red. And then you'll start to see it possibly pressure back down again based on what we see here. It came and broke through the line, or it might start to pressure down right here. It might start to do it right here and pressure down. It's anyone's guess at this point because it hasn't started pressuring down yet. I teach and coach trading. I do it on a regular basis. I really enjoy it. I have about 3 students right now that have joined me. And if you ask them, they can give you an idea of how thorough my education is. They have learned and they are doing really good in trading. So if you want to become one of my, students, just get in contact with me. I left my email address down in the description. Thank you again for watching. And before I go, I just wanted to let you know again that this one particular indicator stops at 100 and it stops at 0. When it pressures back down and hits 0, doesn't mean the trade is finished. It means that it stopped monitoring the movement. So you have to now rely upon previous candles to see if it's going to probably position itself to continue moving in that direction. Okay, thank you very much. God bless you guys and have a good day.